I genuinely wonder how many of you remember this one, because I sure as hell didn't. I was scrolling through my arsenal and I was like, Zymos? When was that released? I thought it was one of them weird infested sidearms that got released like 10 years ago, but no, turns out this is a weapon from Deimos. It's actually one of the first weapons you can pick up, and it's pretty cheap as well. It's available from the rank of Stranger, which is rank 1. You can get that very quickly, and the blueprint is 2000 standing, with both the barrel and the receiver being 1k a pop. This weapon actually has a lot going on. It does puncture and impact on direct hits, mostly puncture, and it has a forced impact proc on direct hits as well. It causes a 3.3 meter explosion, which does pure toxin. It has a very solid 30% status chance, and while the crit chance is only 5%, the crit multiplier is actually above average at 2.3x. And finally, when you score a headshot with this, the shots will bury into the enemy's head and after a short delay release 6 spores that will seek out nearby enemies. That's like a lot of stuff for a wee little cheap pistol that you can get from Father basically as soon as you get to Deimos. So let's give it a shot and see what it do, shall we? I have no idea what this does anymore, but it actually has good stats. The radial attack is particularly nice, 3.3 meters is quite good. What do you do, my dear Zymos? Oh. Weird, but okay. I feel like this is absolutely an Enervate candidate because of that above average crit multi. There it is. And because of that, we're gonna need Hornet Strike, and let's put in Galvanized Diffusion while we're at it as well. Lovely. Prime Target Tracker for some crit damage. And let's get a Lethal Torrent as well. I don't know about you, but for this one, I'm feeling gas, and we can utilize the dash as well. That's gonna be quite... Hold up. Ooh, heat and gas. I like it. How much status? 54. That's okay. Let's see what it do. The projectiles are... bit slow. What the fuck was that? I think I remember now. But just to be sure, let's try and headshot something to confirm. Would you please let me headshot you? Aha, see that? See the flying things? Okay, so originally I thought that the weapon only explodes on a headshot, but it always explodes, and there is an additional effect when you do headshot. And it seems to be doing a lot of damage as well. We're actually still missing 2 mods on this, and it's already clearing Steel Path. This is gonna be good, isn't it? This also begs the question of how the hell does Galvanized Shot work on this? Like, it doesn't work on the explosion, but what about like the spores? Well, for now we can slap in heat and go level it up. This is very fun, I like it. The reload is a bit sad though. Okay, let's put D right here. This Elementalist is a perfect fit here because the status damage is an awesome multiplier, but also that massive, gargantuan, absolutely enormous reload reduction is huge. 3.2 second reload? No thanks. I think we might go for Primed Fulmination as the last mod here. That sounds pretty fun to me. Yeah, I guess a V. For now we can just go back to Scorch. I mean, it's not bad. The status chance and damage are both very good. Do you see this? Yes, I finally recolored my motorcycle to fit my drip. This thing is kind of nuts. If you can headshot with it, like I'm seeing some serious numbers every now and then. That's nuts, like. Now, granted, I do mostly play solo, but still, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the Zymos. Is this like a sleeper weapon? Because this thing like actually rocks. I think it's because when it first came out, I actually watched my video that I made on it. When it came out, it was like okay, but it was kind of difficult to scale properly. This thing clears like an absolute boss. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think we need Primed Fulmination. The AoE seems like big enough, and I think I would rather have Scorch for the damage and status. I mean, what a glow up. According to old me from the previous video, the biggest drawback was, well, 2. There were 2. The reload and small magazine, which actually got changed, this now is a bigger magazine, and 2 body shots felt really, really bad, whereas now they feel fine, because we got enough of a power creep to where even body shots feel fine, and then when you do get a headshot, it absolutely pops off. Hello, Torment. This is gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be... Huh? Even the Acolytes fear the Zymos, I guess. Yeah, I genuinely don't think we need Fulmination. I would much rather have Scorch for the status and damage. Or actually, another option here would be Hemorrhage, because we do have those forced impact procs, so we could get some extra single target from Slash. Oh yeah, but are you gonna Notepad here as well? No, you're a brave one, look at you. I mean, the damage is fine. It's kind of hard to hit. I feel like this would perform much better if I wasn't such an atrocious shot. There we go. Land a few hits, Acolyte dead. Good stuff. So ho ho, here's the final build for the Zymos. We have Hornet Strike for base damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Prime Target Cracker for crit damage, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Galvanized Shot for status chance, and Condition Overload. I'm not 100% sure how it works on this weapon, because you have the direct hits, then the explosion, and then the spores if you headshot, so who knows? After that we have Pistol Elementalist for status damage and reload speed, which is actually quite nice because the reload on the Zymos is atrociously long. And then I ended up going with Scorch and Primed Heated Charge for an absolute ton of heat and some extra status chance. However, there are some options here. Instead of Scorch, you could run Primed Fulmination for more AoE, or even Hemorrhage for slash procs, because the Zymos does have forced impact procs on direct hits. The star of the show here is Secondary Enervate, an arcane that can solve crit chance on its own because it gives you a flat crit chance bonus every time you hit something until you get a set amount of orange crit, so it completely takes care of crit chance even on weapons that can't crit very well, and this allows us to take advantage of that above average crit multiplier. Also, to make landing headshots a little bit easier, you can run Lethal Momentum in the Exiles. And then, just like with the vast majority of builds, a good priming pet is always going to be a good idea. I'm using Good Boy Harold, a hound that primes Code, Vital, Impact, Puncture, Radiation, Heat, and Magnetic. If you're curious about Harold's build, there is actually a video that I made fairly recently where I updated his build, so you can find that on my channel. Blimey, what a pleasant surprise. I expected absolutely nothing from the Zymos, but it delivered, and it delivered hard. It went from kind of an annoying gun with far too many downsides into something that can absolutely butcher Steel Path. So yes, I recommend you give this a shot. It's really, really nice. Plus, since it is a bit of a sleeper weapon, the Riven disposition is quite high because no one's using this, so if you have a Riven for this, oh boy, you're gonna have some fun. It does require you to at least attempt to go for headshots, but if you land a body shot here and there, it's not a big deal, which I like. So yes, definitely give this a shot. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Then I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.